So you want to learn how to create these kind of grungy pixelated effects that has been going around for a while, especially in chase music videos and with creators like Noah So Cold, but I'm about to break it down in this tutorial. But before we get into it, I want to let you guys know that I'm Lurking Visuals and I run my own store where we sell editing assets and presets to help VFX editors just like you edit much faster and better. And we got some crazy presets and assets for both After Effects and Premiere Pro, and also other packs for all editing softwares. And if you're watching this before Christmas, then I'm actually running preset packs. They're heavily discounted during these next couple of weeks. So go ahead, save some time, save your money, and check the link in the description for yourself. But let's get right into it. I'm in After Effects right now, and as you can tell, I got two different clips right here, one with the clip that I'll be editing on and one with the audio, because essentially I'll just put the lyrics from the song up on the screen. And this is the inspiration that I got. It's from this new Young Chris music video, which was edited by Swift on AE. I'll make sure to leave his Instagram down below. And we got the song in the back, so I'll play it through and show you guys. So it just says lyrics, and I'll put it up right here on the screen. That's basically how I'll start off. So I'll put up 10 right there, because that's what the song says. And I'm using the font Playfair Display, and now I'll just size it up. So I'll do it like this, and then I'll put up minutes right there, just like that. And now I've lined that one up. Now I'll put until right here, but I want to make this one smaller so we can have some kind of variation. So I'll make it pretty small but pretty long at the same time. When I'm done with that one, I'll put land right beneath right here. And I want these two to match, so I'll put them right underneath and make them the same size. So I'll select both of them, holding shift and just pressing both of them, and just scale both of them up. And I'm pretty happy with that, so I'll duplicate the text once again and drag it over here. I'll just type out I and put the text right here and size this one up a lot. That's a little bit too much, so I'll size it down. Just mess around with it till you get something you like. But I feel like the minutes text is a little bit too big, so I'll size it down and put it up right there. But with these kind of effects, you just have to experiment and see what you get until you're happy with what you have. So I'm pretty happy with this, but I'll also animate it. But first off, before I animate it, I'll be duplicating this background layer right here. And to the top layer, I'll be masking out the part that's not with the text right here, because it's two different clips, and I'll put it above the text. Now we've separated these two clips, so now I can add some effects onto the background layer right there. So I'll start off by adding on a levels effect, and this one will basically just bump up the contrast and drag down the colors. So I'll create a keyframe for that one and then go all the way to the end right here, and at the end I'll be dragging it all the way to the top right here, so it's pretty dark, so we can have a lot of focus on the text. Now before we animate this text, I gotta move the anchor point up to the middle of the text, because you can tell right now it's down here. So I'll press Y on my keyboard to get this anchor point tool and just drag it up to the middle of my text right there. And then I'll be pressing the scale button and create a keyframe, drag it a few frames in like this and put it down to 0. And now if I play through, we should have a simple zoom like that. We can also mess with the graph a little bit, so I'll easy ease my keyframes pressing F9 and head to the value graph right here. If your graph doesn't look like this, you just need to press right here and select value graph. And for the value graph, I want to create something like this, just something random that should fit with this kind of grungy look, because it's not supposed to look smooth. So, and I'll kind of make something similar for the other text layers. So once again, grab the anchor point, put it to the middle, create a scale graph but a few frames in right here at 5 frames, and then go, and actually I can drag this one back and let's go a few frames in right here, and let's put the keyframe right there and then go back, put the size down to 0. And now I'll easy ease my keyframes once again and just mess with the graph just like this. Now you can tell we have something of that style, and I'll just keep on doing the exact same thing but for all of the text layers. And make sure to have a few frames in between your clips, so the first text can come in and then the next one, And if you want to make sure that it's synced with this song, just turn on your audio layer. And I just finished the text effect, and now I got this, and that's decent. I'm happy with that. It looks great. But as you can tell in this inspiration that I got right here, the text is kind of pixelated, and there's a few different ways you can go about creating this, and I'll just show off the fastest one, which will be adding a mosaic effect onto your text layer. But in this one, it really looks like they've just dragged down the quality of the text, which you can do by making a pre-comp and move all attributes into the layer, and then just mess with the layer settings and drag down the pre-comp and make it like super low quality. Instead, I'll just add a mosaic effect and drag it onto my clip. Just turn up the setting to like 150, and that's a little bit too much, so let's do 200. And I'll just copy this onto all my text layers, and then I'll mess with them individually just to give them some variation. So drag this one down and then go to the next one, and I'll drag that one up a lot, and I'll keep this one as it is, and I'll drag this one down. So just go ahead and mess with them, get some variation. And now if I play through this, what we got, and then later on I'll change the frame rate, make them like super low frame rate. And now I'll add an airplane, just like they added the phone right there. So here I got my PNG of the airplane, and I'll just size it down like this and add the mosaic effect on, just to give it that pixelated look. So I'll drag down the settings, and I'll add a drop shadow onto that one because it's white, the same color as text, so I kind of want it to pop a little bit more. Alright, this will do. You can still see it pretty clearly, but just like the other layers, I'll create a scale keyframe, and I'll put it in, and I'll make sure that it comes in the same time as the last text, just like that. And I'll mess with the graph real quick. And right now it looks like this. And I'll just add some rotation to this airplane. So I'll go to the rotation and create a keyframe at 0, then go like 3 frames in and rotate it to the side like 20 degrees, just like this, and then go 3 frames in once again, and I'll rotate it to the other side. Now I'll go a few frames more like this, and then once again right here rotate it to the other side, and just go like this. And now if I play through this, what we got, and to make that airplane shake a little bit more grungier, I'll pre-compose just that one clip and press move all attributes into the new composition, and I'll change the frame rate by adding a posterized time effect, and I'll change the frame rate to like 8 and see how that looks. You can tell we got something a little bit better, but you can mess around with the frame rate to get something you like. Let's try 12. That looks much better. I'm happy with that. And you could do the same for some of the text layers. And I'll try to pre-compose this text layer that says I and move all attributes. You have to press this button. And let's drag on a posterized time to that one and change it to 12 and see what we get. Not that much of a difference on that one, but I'll turn it down to 8. And we could actually spice it up even more by going into the pre-comp like this. And when we're in the pre-comp, go to the effects and presets tab, and let's add on a wiggle effect, and you can choose from these kind of presets. They're all some type of wiggle effects, and instead I moved the wiggle width to like 4%, and I tried out this wiggle preset, and by just turning down the wiggle amount, this is what I got. And that should look a lot better with the posterized time effect on, and that just spices up the clip a little bit. So you can use effects like that one, so I'll keep it like that. And I'll do the same for the 10 text. So once again, just add a wiggle preset on. You can mess with the wiggle amount, turn it up, turn it down, however you like. And now I'll try out this wiggle shear one and just drag it on like that. And I'll turn down the wiggle amount to like 9 and turn up the wiggle speed to some high number like 4. And now if I play through, we should have something. And as you can tell, we got something a little bit more wiggling but I kind of want it to go a little bit faster, so I'll turn up the wiggle speed to 7. And I guess that's kind of what I want, but I want to turn down the wiggle amount to like 6. That way it's wiggling a lot faster, but not as much on the sides. Yeah, just like that. And I can try turning it up to 9, see what I get. And that should look good when we turn down the frame rate. So I'll go out of the pre-comp and I added on a posterized time at 8 frames. And just like that, we have something a little bit more energy, something less boring. And that's kind of how you make those type of effects. So if I play through with this song, this is what we got. And that's cool. That's kind of what I was going for. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to check out my packs. I got them linked in the description. They'll help you save time and edit much better. And make sure to follow me on IG. I'm trying to reach 10K over there. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.